Our oceans, covering more than 70% of the planet, are vomiting up creatures that defy everything science claims to know. You're walking on the shore, the sun is setting, waves crash gently, and then, you see it. A bloated mass the size of a car, covered in hair-like fibers, oozing a chemical stench with no eyes, no face, and no skeleton. It looks alive, but it isn't. Or maybe it was never alive in the way we understand it. These disturbing remains, known as globsters, have been haunting coastlines for over a century, but in recent years, something has changed. They're appearing more frequently, and in stranger forms. One was called a mermaid, another, so big and unidentifiable, had to be burned on the beach because it was too dangerous to move. This continues to impress scientists around the world, which is why here we have 5 of the most disturbing and recent globster discoveries. In September 2023, the people of Simberi Island in Papua New Guinea stumbled upon a grotesque white carcass on the beach. It was humanoid in shape, with rotting flesh, tattered fins, and the remnants of what looked like a snout. Locals called it the mermaid globster. Photos spread online, but here's the twist. It disappeared before experts could analyze it. Some said it was dragged back into the sea by tides. Others say it was taken by military officials. No DNA, no follow-up, no explanation. Then, jump to April 2024, on the beaches of Teluk Malano, Malaysia, where a monstrous 6-meter-long mass washed ashore. Witnesses described the smell as burnt sulfur mixed with blood. Scientists tentatively labeled it a whale in decomposition, but the carcass had no bones, and its flesh was oddly translucent. Next, in February 2024, another hairy globster appeared, this time on Dinagat Island in the Philippines. People feared it was a bad omen. Covered in white fibers, its body seemed like it had tentacles but no head. Oceanographers speculated it might have been a dugong, until they noticed the skin pattern didn't match any known species. But these aren't isolated freaks of nature. Rewind to 2018, and the island of Mindoro, also in the Philippines, becomes the site of another globster sighting. This one was massive, nearly 20 feet long, and covered in fur-like tissue that many believe proved it was a prehistoric creature. Eventually, it was declared whale matter, though no further evidence was provided. And for our final case, go back to July 2003 in Los Muermos, Chile. There, a 12-meter-long blob with a gelatinous texture sparked panic. It was thought to be an unknown species of giant octopus, until tissue samples quietly labeled it a dead sperm whale. But the photos tell a different story. It had no organs, no eyes, and no clear biological structure. Each of these cases has something in common: ambiguity. The remains are too decayed, too strange, or too swiftly removed to allow deep analysis. And in some cases, the samples sent to labs vanish from the record. Why? Bureaucracy, fear, or is something larger being hidden from us? We think we understand the ocean, but every globster reminds us of a disturbing truth. We might just be scratching the surface. What if these are not just corpses, but the evidence of life forms adapted to pressures and darkness we can't imagine? The Mariana Trench goes deeper than any mountain is tall. Hydrothermal vents host ecosystems that defy evolutionary logic. And at those crushing depths, life evolves without light, heat, or any dependence on the sun. Creatures with transparent bodies, bioluminescent organs, and untraceable DNA have already been documented. Now ask yourself, if even a fraction of them die and float upwards, what would they look like by the time they reach us? Some marine biologists believe globsters are oceanic illusions, things that fool us because we're not used to seeing life decomposed under salt, pressure, and rot. Others suspect something deeper, that our oceans hold cryptids we haven't cataloged yet, creatures from ancient lineages that occasionally breach or die in shallow zones, and with rising global temperatures, shifting currents, and melting permafrost, we may be disturbing biological vaults sealed for millennia. Could these globsters be warnings, artifacts, or testaments to a frontier we've arrogantly ignored? Before you log off, remember this: the scariest monsters aren't the ones we imagine. They're the ones science hasn't explained yet. So if you want to know more discoveries like that, watch the next video and bring a flashlight. You're going to need it.